Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Shadowgate for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Last episode we ended in a room with the cylinder puzzle, and we obviously did something wrong because a big monster came out and ate us. This episode we're going to start off by solving the puzzle correctly. It involves manipulating those 3 levers on the right. The solution was written on the staircase in the Sphinx's room. Luckily, if you get the solution wrong, the levels will just reset, so I pulled them all down wrong. So you could theoretically brute force this puzzle, but we already know the solution because I paid attention. It starts by pulling the right lever down, then pulling the center lever down, and then raising the right lever back up. And that will raise the cylinder. The cylinder lifts with a shuddering sound. Your momentary dazzle as darkness is lit by a blinding flash. And that's the silver orb. That is the 3rd component needed to make the Staff of Ages. The game seems to know they have to be together because it even puts the orb right next to our staff in our inventory. So let's combine the 3. Have the completed Staff of Ages. Now we just gotta find the Warlock Lord and put the staff to use. But we're not going to reach the Warlock Lord if we don't light another torch, because our torch is about to go out. There we go. Now we have another lit torch and we can see. It solves the problem of wandering around in the dark. But now we have to solve another problem about seeing. We have to find some way to make these gargoyles unable to see. And we have one last spell to use. The Illumina spell. When we tried to walk past the gargoyles regularly, they sprang to life and they basically ate us. But now if we use the Illumina spell, basically we blind them, allowing us to sneak past them. And then we'll end up in one of the final rooms in the game. This room that seems only to be made for the purpose of housing this well. Our hint is very dumb. It tells us to not give up. But one thing you can't quit trying to do is opening the door. That door never opens. There's no way to unlock it. There is a way to unlock the well, though. We use that little mechanism here, and that will open the well up for us. Now, based on our previous experience in the courtyard, we shouldn't jump into the well. That ended up very badly for us, but I want to show off everything, so I'm going to once again be foolish and jump headfirst into the well. With a mighty leap, we jump headfirst. And once again, it turns out very bad for us. So, but hey, we did make that save, so we can start back up in that room. Just continue from that save. And we have that coin. Remember the coin that we found that had the big well on it? Well, that's our clue to how we're going to get down this well safely. You use this big coin, you throw it in the well, and a huge wind erupts from within it. And we can ride that wind down into the well safely. So now the wind is there, we can move into the well. And the swirling wind carries us down deeply into a cavern below. We stand above a beach looking down upon a river. Once again, don't quit now. We got this gold gong. We have looks like a hammer to hit the gong. The river looks like the river Styx. We got the mallet made of centaur hide. Anything about the ground? Wasting our time. Alright, well, speaking of wasting, we can waste ourselves by trying to swim across the river. Hey, it looked calm, right? It said it looked calm. But, no, apparently it has strong currents. And, they carry us off to see the Reaper. We're going to see somebody who looks like the Reaper in a few seconds. Because this time I'm actually going to do what the game wants you to do and use the little gong, the little hammer on the gong. And then we get the ferryman. Looks like death himself. He doesn't look friendly, but he is asking for a fare. Let's look at him. Skeleton within a cloak. He gives us the creeps. Let's give him a fare. The fare you're supposed to give him is a gold coin. Let's give him a copper coin instead. Let's see what he does. He doesn't take the copper coin. He disappears. Oh, darn. Well, hey, we can at least summon him back again. So let's use the gong again. It's probably like, you again? What's going on? So let's give him that gold coin. Here you go, buddy. Takes the coin just as it's aboard. So let's move on to the raft. Climb aboard the tiny raft and swim around the opposite bank. A stone skull stands against the far wall, screaming silently. That doesn't make any sense. Oh well. For some reason, you are getting a feeling you're standing on sacred ground. Let's look at all the stuff here. We have a Java skull. Looks like a sword. A crown. And a jewel. And we have this little symbol here, this little hole. And that hole is the same shape as the talisman. Well, remember the book in the library? It said we need to stick the talisman where the sword is hung and then blow the platinum horn. So that's what we have to do. If you do the wrong thing though and stick it in a different slot, let's just stick it in the gem slot, the skull shoots laser beams out at us and it kills us. We have placed the bladed sun in the wrong hole. You do not hear the warnings, now the warlock's lowest defenses end your life. Well, our adventure doesn't really end there, but our adventure is about to end. Because, as you can tell from the description there, this is right outside the warlock's lair. So let's actually put the talisman in the correct slot, which is under the sword. And now we have to blow the golden horn. And that will open up that doorway. Hot wind erupts in the mouth, creating the illusion that the stone skull is alive. Well, it's kind of alive because it basically just shot laser beams at us and fried us. But now let's head on in. And there is the Warlock Lord. The cavern you have entered is by far the largest your eyes have ever gazed upon. Uh-oh, here comes the Behemoth. From the Death Rise, the most powerful creature ever existed, the Behemoth! He must have come from Final Fantasy's for the moon. The center of the moon. Stomach knots up as we stare at this horror. This beast is indeed incredible. We wonder for a moment how we can defeat such a creature as this. I know how we can do it. We can use... Well, we can save the game first. Well, and then let's save. We can use the broom. Yeah, let's use the broom. If we use the broom on, let's say, the Behemoth. Well, sounds like better ways to spend my time. Alright, and when Amy can let us use that, let's use the broom on the Warlock Lord. The game won't let us do that. Yeah, I'm basically trying out joke items there, but actually in the sequel, you can use the joke item to win the game. But you have to use the Staff of Ages, not on the Warlock Lord. As you'll see here, if we use it on the Warlock Lord, well, he fries us, just like his skull did. Feels our presence, knows of the seed that must be destroyed, and he destroys us alright. But now we're going to destroy him by using the staff not on him, but on the Behemoth. And that is the correct solution to this puzzle and to completing the game. So let's just fast forward this text. Go to the staff now. And use the staff on the Behemoth instead. You praise, you raise the Staff of Ages. This is the power that the prophets claimed. The staff pulsates with power, and a beam of light explodes from it, striking the Behemoth. And the Behemoth is angry and lashes out. The closest thing to it, the Warlock Lord. And he descends back to the hole that he came from. The creature screams in agony, thrashing back and forth in great pain. In his rage, he grabs the Warlock Lord and descends into the depths forever. You can hear the warlock lord's screams fade into silence. Suddenly, it is very quiet. A beautiful light seems to fill the cavern. The morning sun, you say to yourself. It is over. Although exhausted, you lean on the staff of your aegis and begin your long journey home. Word of your historic quest has already reached the farthest parts of the land. You are triumphantly greeted as you enter the gates of the royal city of Stormhaven. Moments later, you are ushered into the royal palace where you are greeted by the king. How come we're not wearing our cloak? I know what thou hast done, brave one. The world will be dark forever without thee. Alright, what's our reward? Well, we'll see. You are bestowed a kingdom's rule and the king's fair daughter's hand. As you leave the throne room, you know that although this quest is over, others await. After all, the bards will need new legends to sing of and new tales to tell. The first stories end. And that concludes my playthrough of Shadowgate. We'll be, eventually I'll be playing the updated version that was released for the PC in 2014. But in the meantime, I'll be instead going to another Macventure game. I'll be going on to Déjà and then finishing this little series with the Uninvited. Déjà is a modern detective story, and the Uninvited deals with a haunted house. So that haunted house will lead into the really well into another game I was going to play eventually, Sweet Home, which is also about a haunted house. So take care of yourself, thanks for following along, and I'll see you for those games. Thank you for your support, and have a great day. Bye.